Hello everybody out there, this is Utsav Singh from Smart Tech, and today I'm going to show you guys how to create grass for Unreal Engine 4. And well, I'm mostly going to cover the modeling process in Blender, and then I'm going to show you guys how to bake out normal alpha maps and create a material using opacity mask and two-sided foliage. And this series will be in two parts. One will cover the UE4 part, and other will be the blend part. So let's get started right away. And yes, I would like to save that. Yeah. So first thing you'd like to do is delete this cube. Now press 1 on your numpad and 5 to go into front orthographic view, shift A, plane, and then rotate by pressing R. Lock it on the x-axis 90 degree, right? Now scale by pressing S and lock it on the x-axis, scale it down a bit. Now what you want to do is first press Ctrl 2 to and go into the modifier tab. Make sure this is selected by right clicking. Okay, by Ctrl 2 you have added a subdivision surface modifier, which basically subdivides the surface, and you can still edit this as it is without having to. When you apply this, um, the subdivisions will increase on the mesh itself. Until then, if you have not applied it, you can still edit it. Okay, now what you want to do, you can access the object mode, edit mode, control tab to and vertex, edge, face. Now here you have solid rendered. This is not something you should care about right now. Control tab, press 1, and then this is your vertex mode. And just what you want to do is first go to solidify modifier. Since even grass has um, some thickness in it, so what you want to do is um, this is just one value I like to use. I'll divide it by 6. Gives me a pretty thin blade of grass. Now what you want to do is just basically increase the subdivisions to 3 and press Ctrl R to get some loop cuts, and just use the scroll wheel. Alright, now what you want to do is left click 2 times and Ctrl R again. Actually, now what I like to do is shape this. So press C and just select these by left clicking. And now go into front orthographic, press O to enable proportional editing. Now this let it be default right now. Now when you scale it on the X, you can change this circle by scrolling down and scrolling up and down. Actually, I think this should do. Grab it on Z, C. Actually, select it all. Make it way thinner. Alright, select it again. And I have disabled the proportional editing by pressing O. And just scale it on the x-axis. Okay, just try to give it a nice taper, and there's a simple way. There's one thing called mesh deform. Alright, wait, not mesh deform. There's this one thing called simple deform. Alright, now go to taper. Factor you can change to get some pretty cool results. Limits, I like to keep a default. Factors is basically the strength. I think I like this one. So what I'll do is press apply here. Okay, just tab out of edit mode, press apply. Okay, now what you want to do is going back into edit mode. Actually, just scale this down a bit. Now press Ctrl R, get this kind of loop cut, straight one, and just scroll it to 3. Alright, actually just scale it up a tad. Now what you want to do is Alt Shift, select these two loop cuts, and Control Tab to go into edge mode. Alright. Now if I actually, there are two types. Usually you will have it set to midpoint point, so when you scale it down, it goes from the center, that is the midpoint point, and scales it down from there. What I want to do is push them in together near this loop cut. So what I'll do is go to individual origins, so they will be scaled on their own origins or their own axis, S on the X axis, and then just close it in, or you could just keep at it. Wait, now you may get these, and that's what you do. Alright, so now we have this, and blades of grass have that kind of depth or kind of extrusion or depth in them. What I go for is depth usually, so grab it on the y-axis and just push it back a bit, so we got this kind of nice seam there visible. Right, now what you want to do is first grab on the z-axis and get it out. Go into edit mode, press Ctrl Tab 3 face and L near this orange dot, and press, and this will simply select all this particular mesh, and Shift L to deselect this particular mesh. You will see the reason why I'm showing this, as when, let's say if I press L, Shift D, right click. If I use A, then it will select all. If I use L, it will select individual meshes. Alright, now I'll just delete this one, faces. Now L again. First I again like to change some stuff here, and press O, and scale it down here as well. Yep, that will do. Now actually don't go into edit mode and Shift D to duplicate, rotate, and press O to disable proportional editing. Alright, now I like this blade to be front of it, and I don't want it sourcing from one point. I want that grass to be like spread out so that it covers more area and doesn't look bad. Okay, so like I have got it here. I'll actually show you guys an example. I have it saved here. Come on. Like this. I've got this grass spread out all over. First I created this bad looking mesh, then I decided to spread it out, then I basically started creating some random stuff and decided upon this grass based on reference and all that. Okay, so now what you want to do is maybe scale it down, grab it, press 7 and grab on the wire to make sure this is behind. Doesn't matter, you can create some variation, maybe put it forward or backward, and then actually delete this one for once. C to select it and maybe rotate it. Press O this time, rotate it to get some variation. L, grab, press O again, grab it out here, maybe rotate it a bit, and again Shift D here, RZ 180, scale it down, grab it, scale it, RZ 180 again, scale it up a bit, Shift D, rotate, scale down, grab, and then again enable proportional retain, rotation, scale it down a bit. Then you can play with these. You can use sphere for this one to get some nice results, and then maybe scale this part only, rotate it a bit, and this part is too much. Wait, scale this. I like to disable proportionating, grab X, and this looks like tree, which I don't want it to. Scale it down, scale it down, scale it down, and press L, grab, rotate, grab, then I'll just keep adding some variation till I'm satisfied, and then I will show you something. And then I'll just keep adding variations to one side, RZ 180, then I'll just maybe select this one, rotate, actually select, press this button so you can select the back vertices as well, and just press middle mouse button to unselect you when you are in the circle select mode, and make sure either one of them is behind or forward. I'll go for behind right now, scale it down a bit. Now if I press this again, you see only the forefront is visible, not the back one. For now I want the back one to be visible as well. RZ 180, scale it, grab on the Y. See, grass clumps, there is no uniformity in grass, there's height variation and all that, so you want to implement that in your grass. Scale it, grab again, RZ maybe 180, I'll keep 180, but this time I'll again grab, right, L, grab X, press L, and this time I'll use individual origins, scale it down, grab it here, L, grab it back here, L and L, make them smaller, and well, again, as you can see, I have accidentally added and then what you want to do is maybe RX90 again and scale it the X, control R, loop it, control 1 for once, deselect, create this taper, press L, S on the X axis, control R, grab, and just create it on both sides and press L, I mean Alt Shift, grab Y, push back just a bit, go my front, escape, grab here, grab. I'm just gonna keep a consistent base. Shift L, grab here, L, grab here. Okay, L, rotate it a bit. Actually, just go ahead, delete it. Now what I want to do is just maybe select this, and maybe this. Shift D, RZ 180. Actually, this time meeting point, right? RZ 180. Grab R on the Y. Grab L, R on the Y. Actually, you don't need to specify the y-axis right now because you're in the front mode. So it will rotate in the y-axis automatically, and this looks bad. Z 180, grab R, actually R and the Z, grab, go to my front view, grab and C, better. I won't save it as of yet. S on the X using individual origins to make thinner strands, right? I have a very bad habit of saving. Grab it, R on the Y. This is gonna take some time, but eventually it will turn up good if you have some clumps in the back, and then some maybe not as large as the front leaves grass that is not as large. Just keep pressing it till you select what you want to, right down to here. Done. Now what you want to do is, again, I like to do this is grab somewhere around here, and this is too obvious. See, grab it again, rotate, grab it, rotate, get as much variation as you can, control N to fix the normals, grab, rotate, grab. Now what you have is a lot of variation, so what you want to do is maybe just, I like to select a few of these from here, actually from here this time, right? Shift D, RZ 180. Actually this time, since I'm going for variation, and place it somewhere around here, S to scale it down, grab on the Y to get it on the back, somewhere in between. And put this back here. There's some mess happening here. RZ 180, scale it down. This time I'm gonna use median point, scale it down a bit, and again grab on the Y, do something like this, This seems too unnatural, so I'm just gonna clump it like here, and then I'm gonna maybe select a few of these strands, not this big one, too much hassle, and shift D right out the box, rotate it here, scale it down, rotate again, rotate, put it back here, grab Y, and push it to almost the same level, and that looks bad, doesn't it? Especially that one, too small. I scaled it too down, so I was getting that error because the subdivisions were way too high and the scaling was way too low. This stuff can be fixed later on, doesn't matter. Grab C, wait, wait, just let me delete these vertices. Done. And to fix this, extrude, wait, sorry, what you want to do is make sure to deselect these and just press B to get a box around this one. Done. Now just extrude it or something. Now just select this, scale it down a bit. Now the grass, you don't want it to be too thick nor too thin, so that's why people find it very hard to make. Now right now I'm just doing it randomly. What you want to do is maybe get some references, so just go ahead, search on Google for grass, get one reference, like I've got this here, just put that in, and alright. Now as you can see, we have some references how it clumps and whatnot. So this time what I will want to do, shift D, rotate on Z to maybe like this time from the million point 7, grab RZ yet again, decrease this time to 2, and see this. This time individual origin, grab and delete, actually RZ 180, grab, put this somewhere around here, L, delete this one. It's entirely up to you, actually, your choice what you want to do. Scale it down on the X. Sometimes these clumps that get way wow. Control Shift Alt C and geometry to origin, right? So it's back in the center. No, it's Shift C. Alright. Control Shift Alt C, origin to 3D cursor. Control Shift Alt C, geometry to origin, and just scale it a bit. Grabs it, place it near this base of the axis. To view it better, go to your background image, which is right here, and turn down the opacity, maybe something around here. Cool. And then I'll just bump it back up. This time it is 1 and earlier it was at 0.5. So again, what I would like to do is actually I'll just shift C. Alright. I would like to scale this down a bit. No, actually we don't need to. We can actually scale this mesh in UE4 as well, for instance. So I won't bother with that right now. Scale it on the X, rotate on the Y, back. And this time I'm going with desktop, grass, tutor, save the file. Now what this needs is something like, what I need to add now is, I think I will grab a small strand like this one. I'll just duplicate it, scale it down right there, grab it, rotate Z 180 and rotate Y 180, again rotate Z 180, rotate and rotate right around. Whoa. Because grass has these kind of split ends right here. Alright, these ones. Not exactly split ends in this case, but we would like to fake it, right? So maybe grab it out a bit like that. And rotate it again. What you can do is scale it, grab it, but I don't want that. L again, shift D, rotate it, grab it, rotate on the Z, rotate again. Right, 180, grab, and scale it down a bit, and then I'll just select this one and this one to give it some variation. Make sure you select your back vertices as well. Wow. On the X again, C, grab on the X again, C, grab on the X, create something like that. Now again, what you can do is just go ahead, select randomly, shift D, rotate Z 180, grab, scale it down a bit, grab, go up there, grab Y, place it around here, one, and I will actually link you guys a document that I found online and it's really helpful. Now I would like to decrease my overall thickness. First I will create a duplicate of it for safekeeping, of course, and I press M to get the move to layer and select this. Alright, now what you want to do is edit more, S on the X, individual origin, right somewhere around right there, rotate, grab L, grab L, rotate. Now what you want to do is maybe scale this up a bit, grab Z. Now I don't want that background image, too distracting. Grab Z, and what you want to do is go up here, Z0, Control Shift Alt C, and maybe get this up by 1. Nope. Divided by 2.5. Right. So now what you want to do is go here, UV image editor, create a new image. I'm gonna give it a scale of 1024 is enough. Press OK. Now what you want to do is Shift D again. I'm gonna save this, apply my subsurface, apply my solidify, and just go here. What is that? It is, sorry, vertices. Delete vertices. Thank you. And L and gravity again. Cool. So what you want to do now is press A to select all U smart UV project. This should project. Wait, what? Sorry, project from view. So this should project from your view right to the image. So what you want now is press A here, scale it up, get it down here a bit. Alright, now tab out of edit mode, shift A plane, RX 90, grab on the Z and go to wireframe from here. Alright, scale C, and maybe try to prevent this extra space. Okay, so how do we do that right now? There's a very simple way. I'll just show you guys. Now you could do the tedious method, SZ. Now scale it. What I do is tab into it more, control tab edge, and then control, actually shift S, cursor to selected. Okay, then tab out of edit mode, control shift alt C, origin to 3D cursor, and then when I shift Z, done. Because my origin is here, and when I am scaling from Z, it should go from top because there is no geometry below it. And now I've got a small plane. Right click, edit mode A. Now what you want to do is just bake out the alpha first. So how do we do it? We go into solid mode, and first what you want to do is, and yes, you can do this using scroll wheel, apply this. Wait, apply, wait 1 second, and and again project from view, because I want more details, so I'm gonna use the subsurface. And just scale it. Now what you want to do is press this, go into this tab, render tab, open up bake, and select in here alpha, and in this Targa. Alright, Targa is a format. Now bake, no image, sorry, untitled bake. Okay, so here's the problem. What you want to do is add this to a new image. Alright, now that's that. Bake your alpha. Now this, I don't want this shopping margin, so what do? I decrease the margin to 0 to get accurate one. Now as you can see, I've got this accurate strands. Press F3 and I'll just go to my desktop, alpha, and I'm just going to do Targa again and save as image. Now this is my alpha value, that is, it is gonna serve as my mask. Okay, so alpha is basically always used for a mask. Now what you want to do is press this, first select. Now as you can see, I've got this in my image, I can basically unwrap it over here. Now the area covered by this will also be, make sure if your box is like this, make sure to scale it up so that it covers your grass alpha. That is, it will also cover the normals and the AO. Okay, now I like to bake out my AO. Now go to my lamp, sun lamp. That's all I need. Ambient occlusion, sorry, and that's that. F3 AO, actually capitalize both of them. Now go to my normals, selected to active. So what is this is, I have this. If I first select my grass and shift right click on the plane, my active element will be this plane. That is, if I go into edit mode, this will be, when this will go into the edit mode, but my selected one will be this grass. So when I say selected to active, it will make my normals from the selected object, that is the grass in this case, to my plane. So all the normal values will be baked out for the plane in a texture form. So I will bake it, and here, as you can see, I've got my normal map, normals. Of course, you can play with some values in here to get better results, ray tracing and whatnot. Save, and that's it for this video. Now what we'll do in the next part, we'll use these textures that we just baked out, and actually, you know what you want to do now is just file, export, xpx, make sure selected objects, and make sure your plane was selected there, and grass, export xpx. Now we have got my plane to which we will apply our textures, and we have got our textures. So what all we need to do now is set up our materials, which we will do in the next part. And hope you enjoyed, guys.